Welcome to Game 3 of the NLL Final. We are in the heart of Bandit land where over 19,000 fans will be packing KeyBank Center in hopes of watching their team do something only one other franchise has done in the history of the league, hoist the cup for the third consecutive year. But the Saskatchewan Rush have pushed Buffalo to the brink, and they will do everything they can to avoid leaving here empty-handed. It's all or nothing tonight. It's Game 3 of the NLL Finals.
Welcome to Western New York in the KeyBank Center, home of the two-time defending champion Buffalo Bandits, who were unsuccessful last Sunday in their search for a third straight title. But the silver lining in that loss is that Game 3 we played right here in Banditland. The Saskatchewan Rush will look to use their youthful legs and never say die attitude to help them lift the cup for the first time since 2018. Will it be another race to 11? Well, there's only one way to find out. Time now to take a look at the Hotel Planner playoff bracket. Buffalo winning Game 1 12-11 with an empty net goal by Kyle Buchanan. Then 48 hours later, Saskatchewan returns serve with an 11-10 win, setting up the ultimate winner-take-all Game 3. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. He is Pat Gregoire. My name is Teddy Jenner. We'll chat with Ashley Docking momentarily. But Pat, this is the Castler countdown to face-off, and nothing is better than Game 3.
You couldn't ask for a better setting. 19,000 plus inside this building. Winner takes all for this thing. It's a great weekend to be a lacrosse fan. It's a bad weekend to be a coach, though.
Let's flash back to last weekend and Game 2, where this Buffalo team is predicated by their offense. Dane Smith, Josh Byrne, Ian McKay. They're going to get their looks. But as that game went on and we got into the fourth quarter, they started to get away from, the basics.
I don't even want to call it an off game for this defensive group, but just some uncharacteristic breakdowns that this Rush team was able to take advantage. Look at the athleticism. The gap control was a big concern for Buffalo. Loose balls. This is a team that breeds off of picking balls up off the turf. And goals off of turnovers. Just completely uncharacteristic, especially at the end of clocks. John Tavares, the head coach of the Buffalo Bandits, said at the end of the game, sometimes you just got to pick up the ball, be an athlete, and make a play.
This Buffalo team has been phenomenal all year, but one thing that stands out, last Sunday was the first time they lost a game after leading after 45 minutes. Earlier tonight, Dane Smith caught up with Ashley Docking.
Dane, Game 2 arguably came down to Saskatchewan getting out in transition, something you guys completely took away in Game 1. How do you get back to that, and how much are you prioritizing it tonight?
Yeah, just discipline. They're a great transition team. They're a great team overall. We didn't have any transition either, so we're hoping to cut off transition and get some more tonight.
And if you guys are able to finish the job here tonight, what will the difference be?
Loose ball battle, staying out of the penalty box, and playing Bandits ball.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Bandit ball means being everywhere at all times and keeping the fan base into this game because they're going to play a pivotal role. But for the Saskatchewan Rush, this is a team that is almost Team of Destiny vibes, the way they've been playing lately. And the big reason for that, number 33.
It's been a historic heater for Austin Shanks during this playoff run. As the Rush get deeper and deeper into the postseason, Shanks has been getting better and better. The guy has been ripping twine and feeling fine all postseason long. 16 goals in the entire playoffs, Teddy. 16 points in the finals alone. He has ice water flowing through his veins. And this Buckeye from the Ohio State, whenever the lights are shining the brightest, he comes up the biggest. We know he's going to have to be big here tonight if they want to win the NLL Cup.
He has found another gear in the second half of the year and in the playoffs. 5 more goals, and he'll set a single season playoff record for most in a playoff. He caught up with Ashley Docking earlier today.
Austin, it's Game 3 of the NLL Finals. It's what every athlete dreams of. How prepared are you guys for this moment?
We've been prepared all year. We've just been getting better every game, and you know, this is it. This is why you play. This is why you start training camp, working out, everything. So we're ready.
In your opinion, what will this game come down to?
Playing hard for 60 minutes. It's going to be a battle, a dogfight, and it's going to come down to who wants it more.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
60 minutes of battle from both teams. The final game of the season is here, and it'll be a gift for everyone. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as the Rush and Bandits battle for the championship. The next voice you'll hear will be Bandits' longtime PA announcer, Chris Swenson. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, if you're able, for the presentation of the colors by the Niagara Falls Air Base Honor Guard. And now, the singing of O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner performed today by Anna Hurt.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
19,000 plus here inside the KeyBank Center. What an incredible atmosphere for the final game of the 2024-2025 NLL season. Admittedly, there will probably be some nerves for both sides. But once the whistle blows, once the players get their first shift in, it is going to be all systems go. With more on tonight's game, between the benches, the big dog, Ashley Docking.
I was told time and time again that lacrosse is a game of runs, but this series has been one of inches. Derek Keenan, the co-head coach of the Saskatchewan Rush, told me this is the tightest contested NLL finals that he's ever been a part of, including the 2016 sweep over the Buffalo Bandits in 2 games with also a 3-goal differential. Now, from Steve Dietrich's perspective, assistant coach of the Buffalo Bandits, he said each team stole a win win at home. And tonight they are focusing on defensive matchups to combat some of Saskatchewan's athleticism on offense in hopes Game 3 isn't swiped from under their noses here today.
Thank you, Ashley. Time now to look at tonight's starting goaltenders, and nothing has changed all series long. Frank Chiliano between the pipes, 4-1, 9.2, and a .811. This is the furthest he's gone as a starting goaltender in the NLL. And at the other end, a very familiar face. His 10th NLL Finals, and a chance to become the first goalie to win 3 in a row twice. The GOAT, Matt Vince.
He has spent more than half his career in the NLL Finals. There's clutch players, and then there is whatever Matt Vince is. Getting better with age, aging like a fine wine. The Buffalo Bandits want to create history here tonight, Teddy. He is going to have to be one of their best players.
Your scratches for tonight's game for the Saskatchewan Rush, Levi Anderson and Keegan Bell. For Buffalo, Lucas Nielsen and Ron John. Chris Kluche factors back in, and Jake Naso has the opening draw here in game number 3. Buckle up, folks. 60 minutes to decide a champion in the NLL.
Through the first 5 minutes of this series, it's been 5-0 for Saskatchewan. If they want to keep up this historic run they're on, they're going to need to strike early and often.
Here's Zach Mans. Far side of the floor, behind the net. Duncan Temp scores! And just like game 1, just like game 2, Saskatchewan scores on the opening possession, and it is Austin Shanks.
We talked about it in the open. Athleticism, athleticism, athleticism. Look at the speed of Mans. Gashes through the middle of the defense. Finds the hottest stick in the NLL playoffs, and Shanks, we've seen him score all types of ways. Outside, inside, add a dunk to the old resume.
24 seconds in, assists to Mans and Church. Naso wins the ball loose, but it's Thomas Whitty who'll find that possession. The Bandits will go to work here with their first offensive foray. Here's Kyle Buchanan. Near side to Josh Byrne, only 2 goals in the NLL final. Time and room, shot just sailed it wide. Loose ball behind the net. And Ian McKay will find it. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Buffalo. Dane Smith, time and room, shot blocked in front. And Saskatchewan let the shot clock wind down. Jake Boudreau will pick it up.
Hey, folks at home, get used to hearing my partner say, shot blocked. Both these teams have been eating shots all series long.
Quick little early heat check for Austin Shanks. They'll get a reset. Loose ball picked up by Saskatchewan. Good job on the far side by Nick Weiss. And a teammate to pop that ball free. Up ahead, Dogan Anico. Only 2 goals in the entire playoffs for TN1. Dane Smith tucks it inside. Shot, trying to go far side, missed. Loose ball, Messenger, knocking Kluche to the turf. 8 on the shot clock. Byrne, skip pass, Buchanan couldn't handle it. And Saskatchewan 2 for 2 in their defensive end.
2 outstanding possessions. We talked about how athletic they are at the front door, Teddy. At times that by 2. They are even more aggressive and use that speed out the back door.
Shanks got hit with the turf monster, but able to find Robert Church. The captain, Ryan Keenan. Pushed back there by Paul Dawson. Keenan to the middle. Shot put off the right leg of Vince. Loose ball. It's going to be picked up by Whitty. Got a man up ahead. It's Dawson. Whitty will flip it to McKay. He can't find the pass. And now Saskatchewan going to try to run. Sole numbers here for the Rush. Church, Shanks, Mans. Late change here from Hosick. Mans on the far side, watched by Justin Martin. Middle of the floor. Shanks thought about it. 5 on the shot clock. And he tried to find a man in the backside, but I think he'll get called for running through the crease. Possession will go to Buffalo.
A lot of chatter this week, Teddy, is, man, these offense, they're due to blow. Look at all the offensive power. I think as the series goes deeper, it goes to the advantage of the goaltenders and the defense.
Messenger all over Byrne. Tries to strip him inside. Byrne scores! It crashes monkey off his back.
King Kong size monkey off his back, takes the monkey off his back and throws the team on his back. We haven't seen this Josh Byrne all series long. Dashes, dices, takes it to the rack. Pure athleticism, fights through a couple of real hard checks, maybe a hold here, but Byrne defies gravity, takes flight. Oh my goodness, what a finish.
Wondering if they might call goalie interference afterwards. We'll get a listen from our official.
After the goal, we have a 5-minute major for goalie interference. This play is under review.
Now, folks,
JT's face says it all.
Let's remember here, they're giving a 5 here. But the rule that was established last year, a 5-minute major can be reviewed. This could be an instance of the officials wanting to take a look to see this here. As Coach Tavares is seeing in the in-house on the Jumbotron, he doesn't believe it, but Chris Williams, our crew chief, Brett Colomb, veteran official, the assistant referee tonight, will take a peek. They'll go under the hood here and see. Now, the frustrating thing I think Buffalo will be upset with, possibly 2 penalties on Messenger before he even takes this to the goal.
Buffalo Bandits first goal. Scorer number 22, Josh. Assist number 92, Daniel Smith. And number 48.
Now, I'm looking at this here, Teddy.
From Smith against down to the goal 306.
I do not see how this possibly can stand as a 5-minute major.
They'll even take it all the way off the board.
I certainly would be taking this off the board.
He wasn't pushed. He's making an attempt at a shot. Now, I get it. Frank Giuliano's kind of up in his stance trying to make the save as Byrne crashes into him. So I can see 2 minutes for goalie interference. I don't see this being a 5 at any way, shape, or form.
And you can see near side official Brett Colomb was on the crease. Hand doesn't go up. It was the far side official. Not sure if it was Williams or Krautman, but we'll send it down to the floor to wait with anticipation.
The goalie interference has been reduced to a minor penalty. We have a face-off and a good goal.
So we'll stand at 2. I still don't know if I love the call, but I certainly love the fact that a 5 is coming off the board.
Now, here's the thing that we always talk about, and players always wonder, you know what? You got to let the refs kind of set the tempo of the game. If that's the call you're going to make 3 minutes in on a goal interference like that, and a guy scoring a goal, we could see 12 goal interference calls tonight. Naso wins the draw, rush to the power play.
The way that both these teams play with a reckless abandonment head into the net. Maybe this was a discussion they had with the referees.
Oh, he scores! Shanks! Vince wasn't aware where the ball was, and Shanks with a quick attack, and it took just 16 seconds on the power play, and Shanks has a pair.
See, the ball gets up to Church, fires this over to Shanks. This isn't even a hidden ball play. This is just Buffalo's defense and Matt Vince not being floor ready, not being floor aware. Heads up play from Austin Shanks. The audacity to even try that shot from that distance.
Well, remember the game in Halifax?
Yeah.
From a tough angle, caught Warren Hill off his pipe and sniped it short side. So obviously Shanks has seen some things in film. So we go down to one of our on-floor officials for a call here. Are we getting a penalty? Shot clock behind the Saskatchewan net has gone down.
Well, partner, you said a quick start would be huge to take the life out of this building. Now, a quick strike, like we saw with Byrne, definitely can energize this building once again. But this rush team, Talking to Dan Teat, one of the scouts, a part of this coaching staff, during game one, he said, this team just doesn't go away. They do not go away. You cannot get your foot off the gas pedal, because as soon as you do, they pounce on you. That's exactly what just happened right there.
This is an unfortunate, incident for the momentum of this game, to have the shot clock go down and have some technical difficulties going in. And let's have another look at this goal by Shanks, Patty. And you mentioned it. It's not like a hidden ball trick. No. They just moved the ball up quickly, and Matt Vince just wasn't settled in his net and ready for the shot.
Yeah, little quick dump, and yeah, Vince is just not even looking. Yeah. He's not even looking at the ball at all, unsettled. And you can see him, he's still flustered, he's still upset with himself, but I mean, he's going to settle in here. You know he's going to give this team his absolute best.
Almost 3.5 into the opening quarter. 2-1 is your score. Ashley Dawkins, Pat Gregoire, Teddy Jenner, thanks for joining us wherever you're watching. Saskatchewan now plus 10 in the first quarter of goal differential. It's the best in the postseason. And we've seen it in all 3 games of this playoff final, Patty, that they got off to a hot start.
I said it earlier, 5-0 in the first 5 minutes of games. I know that goal comes a little bit later. I mean, let's be honest, Buffalo's going to get out of this little slump here. Probably going to be led by this guy. We've seen some unbelievable performances from Dane Smith. To be quite frank, look at 2 of the top 3 coming from the stick, but Austin Shanks quickly creeping up as one of the best NLL finals we've seen in league history.
And to think he's doing it just on a diet of Uncrustables.
Whatever he's doing, Uncrustables, PB&J, it's working for him.
So they're still trying to work on the shot clock behind Frank Chiliano in the Saskatchewan net. And while we have a moment, shout out to all the Rush fans watching on Sports on Tap back in Saskatoon. Team's out to a 2-1 lead. You mentioned earlier, a big day for lacrosse fans. NCAA semifinals going on today. Congratulations to Cornell advancing past Penn State. Syracuse and Maryland currently playing right now. That game winds down and then follows right into game 3. Couldn't ask for a better one.
And how about CJ Kirst, the projected #1 overall pick in this fall's NLL draft. Held goalless, held pointless, but I don't think he's going to care. His team is playing on Monday for a national title. And they even on the broadcast they were talking about, even though the guy didn't get on the board, he was super positive. He's getting loose balls. He's creating space for others. That's, I think, the one thing that a lot of lacrosse fans, and when you talk to some scouts and some coaches, the one thing they know, I know he's played 1 year of junior lacrosse in Mimico, but he has the transferable skills to be able to make his impact inside the box.
Excited to see how he adapts to the NLL. Played some time with the Mimico Mountaineers last summer. And you're right, expected to go #1 overall. Of course, Toronto Rock have first 3 picks in that draft, but we still got to decide a champion for this year. Shot clock fixed. Naso and Farrell at the dot. It's like Naso got the early clamp, Farrell's gotten underneath. Now who can pop this ball free? And I'm going to say clamping on Naso, possession of Buffalo. Chance to tie this game. Buchanan to Burn. Late man on is Chase Fraser. Walking human highlight reel. Smith skips it near side, Josh Byrne. Smith on his wrong side. Reinhold scores! These 2 teams aren't wasting any time. Dane Smith scores to make it a tie game.
An unofficial timeout allows his Bandits team not only to catch the breath, but to chalk something up here. Smith from the wrong side of the floor could not place that ball any better. We'll get a great look right here. That is a 50-goal scorer. One of the greatest playmakers to ever play the game. Quickly reminding us this finals that he can rip the rock too.
The 2023 NLL Finals MVP has just scored his 74th career playoff goal as he passes Curtis Dixon for the 3rd most all time. Farrell and Naso back on the dot. Farrell wins another one. And he's starting to find a little rhythm against Jake Naso, dating back to the second half of game 2. Now the Buffalo Army knife, Ian McKay. With a head of steam. Swim move past BK3, but Josh Burns set a little rough pick.
It's actually the first time Buffalo hasn't scored off a face-off win. They were 2 for 2 for face-off wins after goals after face-off wins. Let's see if Saskatchewan can punch back.
Church shot blocked by Paul Dawson. And it'll fall to Zach Mans, but he's roughed up on the far side. Can't find the loose one. Picked up by Nick Reese. Listen to this crowd on every possession.
This is a smart fan base, Teddy. They're not just cheering for goals and big hits. The hustle plays. They absolutely love to see it.
Fraser, quick shot, kicked aside by Chiliano. Loose ball, picked up by Boudreau, had it knocked out of his stick. Bandit players running off the floor, didn't see it. Boudreau will give it to Hossack. And now Hossack will find Shanks and head off. Robert Church, no goals in these NLL finals. Keenan, watched there by Weiss. Up top, Shanks. Gets a pick from Church. Shanks, nice job there with a stick check by Thomas Whitty.
And check out the matchup. Justin Martin on the wrong side of his floor. Normally for a defender, you want to have the head of your stick in the middle of the floor. Buffalo was really having problems with some of the athletic lefties.
Late man is Fraser and just sailed wide. And they're going to say Chiliano got a piece of it, but the officials say no. Wait, far side official says yes. And now the officials are going to discuss as McKay gets into it with Adam J. And the officials will continue to talk this over. But when we come back, we'll let you know who has possession. Austin Shanks has a pair. But the Bandits and Rush are tied at 2 here in Game 3. The city of Buffalo is located on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee people, made up of the 6 sovereign nations, the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora. The NLL and TSN acknowledge all nations, indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land, and who honor and celebrate this territory. 9:16 remaining in the opening quarter. 2-2's your score. 2 goals by Austin Shanks, and responses from Byrne and Smith for Buffalo. And they are going to say that it was a shot off the stick of Chase Fraser, so Bandits ball, and a chance to take their first lead of this game. Smith on the far side. Priolo out on a shift roll, and a penalty already coming. Vince to the bench, and they're going to take them both here. And Steve Priolo, the captain of the Bandits, doesn't like it. But he's going to head off with Adam J. And we'll play a little 4-on-4 lacrosse.
Get to the box.
Chris Williams.
Both players have 2 minutes for roughing.
So Adam J., Steve Priolo, 2 minutes for roughing each. 4-on-4 lacrosse, wide open here for both offenses.
Take a look here. Watch in front of the net. There's Priolo and Jay both going to get sent off for roughs there.
So Byrne out there with McKay, Smith, and Buchanan. Boudreau, Garland, Messenger, and Hossack for Saskatchewan. Dane Smith, far side. Split dodge pass, Boudreau plants his feet. Had Buchanan for a second, then the pass was just that too late, and Boudreau will knock it down to find the loose ball with McKay battling, trying to come away with it. Does, and able to get it to Josh Byrne. Open on the backside of Smith. One more, McKay! Great save, Chiliano! Somehow that didn't go in off the stick of McKay, but what an opportunity off the loose ball.
Hustle play. Take a look here. Great loose ball by Ian McKay. 2 white sweaters draped on him. He's going to have that great backdoor cut and it stays out of the net.
Church off a Keenan screen to man. Split dodge, swim move past Dawson. Short side scores. What a goal from Zach Mans. And he's trying to fire up the fans in enemy territory. And Saskatchewan regains the lead.
Speed kills. And unfortunately for the Buffalo Bandits defense, Zach Mans, well, he's got a lot of it. He puts cam wires on skates, breaking ankles and taking names, and it's a nasty finish too. Pulls that near side. He's all sorts of fired up. This swim move, whoop, takes it to the rack. Nasty snipe from Mans. He is a problem, Teddy.
His 10th of the playoffs for Zach Mans. Robert Church in on all 3 Saskatchewan goals. 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. To Hogan Anico. We'll give it to Josh Byrne. A little over 50 seconds on the minors to Priolo and Jay. Byrne gets a pick from Kluche. Skips it far side. Fraser. Back to Byrne. Shot blocked by Messenger. Loose ball to Fraser. Slide help comes. Good job there by, it was Holden Garland with the slide. And then Fraser knocked the turf to the displeasure of the Bandit faithful. It's going to be a Shanks. Working the near side 2-man game with Robert Church. Shanks fakes it. Now will flip it, and Church couldn't hold on to it. Shanks finds it. 5 in the shot clock. Outside rip. Had his stick checked by 2 defenders. It'll fall to Nick Weiss.
A much better 4-on-4 defensive shift. A little more speed on the back end there, but good job on the 2-man game side. Basically, when you go 4-on-4, it's two-man games with the lefties and the righties.
Jay and Triolo out of the box. Jay quickly goes for the double team. Late man is Danico. Now Dane Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Smith plants his feet, trying to go 5-hole, and Shiliano got enough. And he's able to crowd in his crease. Now he's got to find an outlet pass. And you're going to get called for 4 seconds. Fresh 30 here for Buffalo, trying to tie this game up. McKay. Skip pass. Smith. Picked up by McClellan. It's a pick from Fraser. Bouncer, right into the logo of Shiliano. Loose ball Messenger. Quickly up the ladder to Hossack.
Teddy, after letting in his first 2 shots against 6 straight, now for Frank Shiliano, looking more like the goaltender of the year that we've seen during this deep playoff run.
Here's Brock Haley. First time we've called his name here in game 3. Zach Mans trying to float it far side, missed. Rebound Triolo. Swim move, dive, shot. Left shoulder save Vince. And running is Weiss. He'll get across center, flip it to Byrne, and head off for a change. Backdoor cut for Nanico. Collects it off the corner board. He's trying to back his way in. Skip pass, Kluche. Smith, shot, saves Shiliano, loose ball in the corner. 2:30 to Kyle Buchanan and the Bandits. Near side corner, Josh Byrne. Back to the far side, Kyle Buchanan. Kluche knocked to the turf. 15 on the shot clock. Byrne thought about it, trying to get to the middle. He does, and that's soaked in front. And then Byrne just shovels it to the corner, but it's going to be picked up by Buchanan all alone. Can he get a shot off? He does. But Shiliano able to hold on to that loose ball. Comes Jake Boudreau, who said, you know what, I'm not too worried about the fans in Bandland because none of them are going to jump the glass instead of pick on me. Here's Church. Keenan, one more. Inside feed. That was Triolo. Check that out with Shanks. And now Shanks is having some words with Dylan Robinson. McKay, quick shot, blocked in front by Jared Smith. And he'll float it up ahead. Running onto it is Barnable. Slow numbers here for Saskatchewan. Hossack watched by Matisse. Hossack ran into Whitty. trying to get off the floor. There's Clark Walter. Skip past to Shanks. Good stick in the lane there by Nick Weiss. And he's had a great first quarter as Nick Weiss.
He's going to be logging some serious minutes here tonight. Expect him to play both sides with the lefties and the righties. But he's been an absolute buzzsaw for this defense to start.
Kluche to Bird. Late man is Frazier. Up top, Kluche. Time and room. Tucks it. Gets inside. Kluche scores! BK3 took a big bite on that fake. And one of the most clutch players in lacrosse doesn't waste any time. 3-3.
Chris Kluche and Memorial Day weekend go together like peanut butter and jam. Let's not forget, this guy scored 9 goals in the semifinals of the NCAA Men's Championship. We're getting a flag though. But Kluche, this guy was out of the lineup with a lower body injury. Look at that ankle with the brace. Some freakish athleticism for the big man. But was that toe touchdown, Teddy?
We will decide with you at home as we'll take some looks at it. Jimmy Quinlan and Derek Keenan looking at the iPad. Eric Vince, brother of Matt Vince, looking at the iPad with Chris Kluche.
The previous goal is under review.
As Chris Williams lets everybody here inside Bandit Low that we're going to have a review. So we'll head into the box and have a couple looks alongside Brett Colomb.
All right, so let's wait to see. I see Green there. He's up. And he's, I think, from that angle there, Teddy, looks like a good goal to me. We might get a better look here. Where is that toe? Is there enough Green down on the turf? He's down, up. So it's definitely not the second plant foot that comes down. It's going to be right here. Ooh, that's really close. But I think that's going to stand.
I think I see Green. And unfortunately for the Rush, it's the wrong kind of green.
Oh, yeah, look at that. You could fit a chicken wing drumstick in between his toe and the crease there, Teddy.
No ranch, just blue cheese for me, Pat.
I don't think you'll come out of this building alive if you say ranch.
They don't even serve it. So Kluche, if this stands, which it should, will have his 3rd goal of the postseason. And the teams have been trading goals since the opener from Austin Shanks. And they're blowing it up here on the Jumbotron inside KeyBank Center. That's why the fans are going crazy, and that's why both teams have come out to the face-off dock, because they realize this is probably going to be a good goal off the stick of number 2. Down the floor, Chris Williams.
The shooter did not touch down in the crease before the ball crossed the goal line. We got a good goal. Saskatchewan loses their timeout for the first half.
So 3-3 is your score. No first timeout for the Saskatchewan Rush. Naso and Farrell at the dot. Naso pinch and pop, cleaning to himself. Now here comes a bit of a double team. Naso running, Naso driving, Naso, oh, he almost had it! Matt Vince came out and laid the hit on Jake Naso, but lucky for him, got enough to deter Naso from scoring. That would have been a huge goal.
Well, you saw Naso at morning shoot-around just picking corners. He just felt like he was going to score a big one. He almost got one there.
Smith, McKay has a lane underneath, slide up, comes, oh, McKay! Might have got a piece of the post. It just stayed out. Hosk across center. Gives to Keenan. Heavy pressure from Wires. Triolo. Far side Mans. Lane underneath. Good slide help from Wires again to deter Mans getting there. Up top, Keenan. Belcher with the slide help. Buffalo picking up the pressure here on this defensive possession. And it ends up in the stick shot clock violation on Saskatchewan. 3-3's your score. Everyone's got to make plays, including Matt Vince. He knew what he was doing. A little body check from the goalie. I want to welcome everybody tuning in on ESPN2 after the second NCAA semifinal. Let's look at Matt Vince. Let's go in the TSN flashback machine. The last time a team won 3 in a row.
The Rochester Nighthawks, the only team to go back to back to back, and they were backstopped from that man there, Matt Vince. He's looking just to become the only player to do it in NLL history. And look at the company there. Michael Jordan, you ever heard of him?
Maybe.
Just the second athlete to do it twice. He'll be the first to do it with 2 different organizations.
2:26 to go. 3-3's your score. Shots 10-6 in favor of Buffalo, who've really started to turn things on here in the second half of the opening quarter. Here's Dane Smith. To Byrne, into the corner, McKay, Nanico. Smith far side. Try to go far side over the shoulder, Schiliano, turned aside, loose ball, Holden Garlett, up ahead to Hossack.
And look at that, 3 Bandits streaking to the bench immediately. We saw them, not a single transition goal in game 1. Game 2, different story. It was a big deciding factor in the victory. They said they want to get back to taking that away.
Zach Mann's down the wrong side. Little floating twister, didn't miss by much. Loose ball, Walter! What a save from Matt Vince, who was already down on the knees, but able to make that save.
And that's a heads-up play by Vince. He goes down to make that initial save.
Shot from McKay, turned aside by Schiliano as the tempo's starting to go here. Slow numbers for Saskatchewan. McClellan to Church. Watched by Paul Dawson. Church bouncer, he hit the crossbar. And then Priolo get called for a handball. But that bouncer almost went.
And every time I look down at my notes or mention it, Church, 0 goals in this finals. He's done so much more than that, but he's due to break out. And that was almost that one right there.
Austin Shanks for the lane. Austin Shanks! Oh, it hit the post! And then 2 guys slid to crash into Shanks. He is public enemy number 1 every time he is on the floor.
Buffalo dodging a bullet there.
Outside shot from Smith, trying to go 2 for 1 here. Loose ball battle in the far corner. Smith still battling, and the Rush will pick it up. Under 40 to go in the opening quarter. Shanks. Washed by Whitty. Trying to get his hands free. Skip pass far side, Keenan, 10 on the shot clock. Keenan trying to get under Matisse, he can't. Loose ball to Mans, takes a hit from Weiss. Backhand flip Haley. And he won't get it off on time. 11.1 remaining. Matt Vince will head to the bench for a quick 6-on-5. Buchanan to Byrne. Smith, Buchanan, Nanico. And they just run out of time.
Back and forth, just like this entire series has been coined up, a heavyweight bout. Exchanging blows back and forth, and wouldn't you have it, tied up at 3s at the end of 1.
Are you not entertained? Well, if you aren't, stay with us. If you are, stay with us. Bandits Rush in a tie game after 15 minutes. It's 3-3 in Game 3 of the NLL Finals.
Right? And so I think the best thing is we get to spend more time together, and we know what it takes.
That's a heck of an effort, right? One more win together bonds us forever, right? Love this. Rush on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Saskatchewan Rush aren't simply happy to be here. They're grateful, as Robert Church said, for the opportunity to dethrone the defending champs. Grateful, as Frank Schiliano put it, to be Bandits together for life, but they know nothing is guaranteed. Speaking with Jake Boudreau this week in his first NLL finals, he's a realist. He said, I could tell you I believe we're going to win. It's just not true. I think we could win, but it could go either way. I believe we're going to work hard, give it our all, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Ashley. Once again, welcoming those folks tuning in on ESPN2. As Maryland knocked off Syracuse 14-8, they will take on Cornell, the Big Red, in the NCAA Finals on Monday. We got to crown an NLL champion here tonight in Buffalo. Behind the net, Kluche to Smith. Thought about it, tucks it, roll back, Nanaco fakes it, takes it, off the pipe. And then up into the net, it'll stay here with Buffalo. Good pop, pick and pop there by Nanaco, Pat.
Now, we've seen a lot of Dane Smith on the two-man game side with Kyle Buchanan. Obviously, they're trying to get Dogan Nanaco going. He has yet to score in this finals.
Nanaco again. Defender loses footing, skip past McKay, soaked in front. And a go to center, no back and over. It was off a rush defender, but only 8 seconds remaining in the shot clock. McKay. And Wiseman will just run this close to center and then ice it all the way down the floor.
Talk about C.J. Kurse, the potential first overall projected pick in this year's draft. Sam English, number 2 last year. Syracuse Orangemen lost 3 points in that game. He's going to look really nice on that Rock offense.
Mans, shank, shot, turned aside, loose ball. And Matt Vince will find it behind his net. Up ahead to Weiss. He'll find Buchanan in the offensive zone. Buchanan all the way to the middle to Bird. Quick shot, scores! He's got a pair, and that's the first lead for the Bandits here in Game 3.
If that man's stick starts to heat up, well, it's a sad day, it's a bad day for the opponent. That one's just in and out of the stick, vintage burn. But how about the no-looker from Kyle Buchanan? Dodges down the alley, fires it cross floor, and gets it to Byrne, who has just been dying to find the back of the net in this finals.
This time, Farrell jumps early on the face-off. It'll be rush possession. Minute and a half into the second quarter.
4 goals for Buffalo, all 5-on-5 settled situations.
Oh, Mans was open on the backdoor cut, but couldn't find the pass. Captain Steve Perlow will bring this one across center. We'll give it to Smith. Smith tries to get underneath, can't. Good recovery there by McClellan. Bird won't force it. He'll give it to Smith with 10 on the shot clock. Dane through a screen, saved there Shiliano. And Shiliano doesn't want to pick up this loose ball. He'll let his defense do that. It's a little odd.
And normally you see a goaltender get that big spoon out there, scoop it up. Seeing the defenders really try to box out their men instead of picking up loose ball. It's cost each team a couple goals in this series.
Keenan inside, flip to man, just out of his reach. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And they'll save through the crease on Church. Buffalo running with numbers. Up ahead, Dylan Robinson. One more, Ian McKay scores! The quick restart for the Buffalo Bandits. They score in transition. And Banditland is to their feet as the poets tell them what to do.
We talk about it all the time. Juice goals, off a reset. Cam Wires picks up the ball, finds Dylan Robinson, who finds an even better option. The hottest stick in the Bandits lineup, the Buffalo Army knife. Ian McKay nearly rips the roof off with this transition marker.
16th goal of the postseason for Ian McKay, a career high, and I believe he's now the franchise leader for most playoff goals in a single playoff run.
Wow.
Thinking of some of the names. They've been in the postseason in a Bandit uniform. It's the guy who was playing defense last year. He's Kyle Buchanan now. To Burn. Scores! Uh-oh. Buffalo's rolling.
Teddy, stop if you've heard this before. Lacrosse is a game of runs, and if that's the case, when the Bandits at our helm, they are masterminds at this game. A 3-goal run feels like a 6-goal run. A 4-goal run feels like an 8-goal run. We've seen the resilience from Saskatchewan all series long. Are they going to be able to throw that counter punch? As this is probably the biggest run we've seen from the Bandits.
I believe a 4-goal run in game 1. But for Josh Byrne, had 3 goals in 5 playoff games. 3 goals here in just 18 minutes of play. Now, can the Rush find a response? Walter inside Church had a stick checked at the last minute. Walter tried to find that loose ball, but the pressure from Buffalo T is relentless right now. Reese fakes the flip. Now we'll roll back to Smith. Dane Smith thought about it. Finds Ian McKay. Little toe drag. Had a stick check by Messenger. Ball loose. Picked up by Saskatchewan. Up the ladder to Boudreau.
Teddy, imagine not thinking faceoffs matter. 4 of the Bandits' 6 goals have happened to possession directly after a faceoff.
Shanks trying to flip it back, and man, this defense, Buffalo's found an extra gear, starting to find some slides too.
Yeah, they're getting that backside help. They're coming late though. Saskatchewan feels like they have an open in the middle. They throw it to the middle, and bam, pouncing on it is the Buffalo defense.
Here's Josh Byrne. Thought about it, skips it. Buchanan. Fraser flashes to the middle. Now we'll set a pick. Buchanan plants his feet. 5-hole scores! Because they already lost the challenge, and we're going to see Thomas Kaiser come into this game, I believe.
Great ball movement. Byrne fakes out the camera, gets it over to the right side. Slicing and dicing is Buchanan. He does all his work on the inside, picking up loose balls, crashing cages. Well, he shows off the Nepean Nightmare is pretty good from distance. Bouncers will in fact go.
So Frank Chiliano will head off the floor. Thomas Kaiser getting some last-minute instructions from Jimmy Quinlan. But Kaiser's only played 1:39 in these playoffs. And now steps into one of the toughest moments and environments he'll ever face. Down 4 in game 3. But I expect we'll see Frank Chiliano when we get to the 10-minute timeout.
Well, Teddy, I mean, you did mention it. No timeout here. This is almost like a pseudo timeout for Jimmy Quinlan. Allows his team to gather himself.
Farrell will get called for clamping quickly. Thomas Kaiser will head off the floor. Now they got to be careful not to turn this ball over. A 5-goal run dating back to the first quarter of over 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Church responds and scores. His first of the finals, and it couldn't come at a better time. Robert Church gets on the board at 7-4.
Relentless. This team just does not go away. There's the counter punch. The fans at home watching on the prairies were hoping for and expecting. This is just what the team does. Great loose ball off the face-off. Keenan finds Church on the inside. We saw King Kong hop off the back of Josh Byrne in the first. Well, now it's Harambe off the back of Ryan Church, who desperately needed that one.
A goal and 3 assists for Robert Church. Naso and Farrell at the dot. Farrell going to get called for clamping again. So we've seen Buffalo have some momentum off of goals and faceoffs. Can Saskatchewan do the same thing here? Keenan to Zach Mans. Shot, bouncer goes far wide off the end boards. Green to Robert Church with 13 on the shot clock. Mans will work a two-man game with Keenan. Good defense there by Paul Dawson. Triolo to Church. Triolo right out on his hands. Behind the net, feed, Duncan Tent. And he didn't get a shot off cleanly. It'll be a shot clock violation. Buffalo Bandits use a 4-goal run here in the second quarter to open up this game, the biggest lead of the series, but Saskatchewan's not going away quite that easily. They're the last two NLL Finals MVPs in Dane Smith and Josh Byrne. And they know what it's like to win here inside Bandit Land. They're looking to do it for a third straight season.
Well, these two certainly make Buffalo want to shout. You hear it all the time. Unlikely heroes, guys that need to step up. But at the end of the day, your best players have to be your best players. That was the case when hanging up those banners. Buffalo sitting atop of NLL history with Philadelphia and Toronto. They're looking to add one more, become the most winningest franchise in NLL history.
Josh Byrne's latest goal, he now has 50 career playoff goals. He's the 13th player in NLL history to do so. Under 10 to go here in the second quarter. Bandits lead it by 3. Here's Dogan Anico. Can he get off the schneid? Byrne, one-on-one with Messenger. Byrne again with a head of steam. Drives. Messenger pushes him away from the crease. Byrne still with his feet moving. Flips it to McKay. Check that Kluche back to Byrne. Heavy shot. Picked out of midair by Messenger. He's going to try to run on Dane Smith. And he'll find Brock Haley. Haley to Church on the far side. Working hard to get him open. Overhand shot. Shoulder save Vince. Loose ball. Vince wants goal interference. Won't get it. Fresh 30. Mans. Plants his feet. Shoots it. Safe. Rebound. Clark. Walter. Oh, just put it over top. They'll say Vince got a piece. Fresh 30. Mans still with it. Chin strap comes undone for Mans. He's got to head off the floor. On comes Keenan. Shanks. Little bee sting pick from Church. Shot soaked by the helmet of Justin Martin. 8 on the shot clock for Walter. Bouncer. Nowhere near. Loose ball picked up by Thomas Whitty.
And it's just an outstanding defensive stand. And that's after the first repossession on offense for Saskatchewan. Believe it or not, one of the big storylines in Game 2 was how well they dominated the offensive boards.
Buchanan to McKay. Trying to go inside to Byrne. Picked off by Hossack. Saskatchewan running with numbers. 3-on-2. Hossack right down the middle. To Barnable and put it high over top of the net. To center is Cam Wires. Byrne bounce pass to McKay. Josh Byrne. Drives, dives, dunk shot, shoulder save, Chiliano again. Saskatchewan going to try to run here. Backside look, Shanks! Arm save there by Matt Vince. Loose ball, Boudreau, fresh 30 Saskatchewan. Timely saves on back-to-back possessions for Matt Vince. Keenan. Church on the far side. Keenan through the middle. Bouncer scores! Great off-ball cut from the captain. And that's back-to-back goals. First 2-goal run for Saskatchewan in this game. And they're within 2.
Slowly chipping away in Saskatchewan. Trying to cut into this lead and cutting. That's exactly what they're doing. Look, Triolo comes all the way behind the net, sets that hard seal, and look at all the green space in the middle of the floor. That just simply can't happen. A great backdoor cut by Keenan. Not a ton of space to put this ball by Matt Vince, but he finds a will, finds a way. Kind of the mantra that this Rush team has had all season long.
Lone assist to Robert Church. He's been in on every Rush goal so far. 1 goal, 4 assists. Barnable strip, but the ball will fall right to Matt Hossack. Church with a head of steam. Turned aside by Wires. To the middle of the floor. Shanks, twister, trying to go short side. Shoulder save, Vince. Can he find the loose ball? Bodies colliding behind the net. Ball kicks free to the corner. It will be Shanks, but he's double teamed quickly. Good job there by Nick Weiss. And then he wrists it up ahead to Priola. Here comes Dane Smith. To Kluche, low to low, turned aside by the right leg of Frank Chiliano. Ball free on the far side. McKay somehow finds it. Goes behind the net, won't dunk it, switches hands and gives it off to Chase Fraser. Fraser trying to get underneath. Slide help comes. Good job defensively there by Saskatchewan's Matt Hossack. Boudreau running. Split shoots. Oh, that one came out of the stick real quick. And it took a heavy hit from Belter. Kyle Matisse will get to Kyle Buchanan. The moose to the mouse. Nanacoke. Dive. Shoulder save. Chiliano. Loose ball. Jared Smith. Good look there for Dahoga Nanacoke. Now Zach Mans. Watched by Dylan Robinson on his wrong side. Mans can't pull the trigger. Finds Triolo. Now Shanks. Zach Mans in the backdoor cut. Good stick check there from Wires. Shot from Church. Well off the mark. And another shot clock violation here on Saskatchewan. Shots 22-17 in favor of Buffalo. They lead it by 2, but Frank Chiliano still coming up large with a left arm save. Once again, we flash back, this time 2018, the last time the Saskatchewan Rush won an NLL championship, and again, this time it was Matt Vince not coming out the victor.
It's not often he's not the victor. When we talk about dynasties, a lot of chatter on that topic. We're going to talk a little more at halftime. And many people considered that was the tail end of a dynasty for Saskatchewan, or as close as you can get to one. And they're looking to build off that. Talking to Derek Keenan throughout this finals, he said there's a lot of parallels between the team that he built back then and the team here. Athletic, out the back door, and a team that loves to share the ball up front. Oh, and a good goalie, too. Forgot about that one.
Evan Kirk was the goalie back in 2018. He's the goaltender coach for the Rush. He was here this morning working with Frank Chiliano, as he has been all year. Here's Josh Byrne. Smith trying to get underneath Boudreau. Ian Byrne 1-2. 7 on the shot clock. Smith working. Gets a shot off. Knocked down by the stick of Boudreau. Saskatchewan trying to run. Slow 3-on-2. Boudreau to Church. Scores! 1-goal game. Church has 2. And there's a transition marker for the Rush.
You knew Church, when he'd get one, the floodgates would open, but this one's in transition. A great loose ball pickup by Boudreau, who's been nothing short of brilliant all season long, but especially in this playoff, pushing offense, finds Church streaking off the bench. Scores his second of the game to bring this one within 1, Teddy.
Church remains consistent. 6 goals, 6 points. Farrell wins this draw clean. Runs right into Jake Naso. And then he'll bounce it far side to the captain, Steve Priolo. One-hand flip up to Matisse. Backside look to Bird, time and room, over the top. Had his stick deflected. Jared Smith will find it for Saskatchewan. He'll give it to the green-headed stick of Zach Mans. Far side to Shanks. Late man is Haley. And Church had a stick held by Dawson. Penalty coming. Haley pushes his man off the ball. Skips it to Mans. Chiliano to the bench. Short 6-on-5 here. Keenan, he'll shoot it. Blocked by Weiss. Ends up in the leg pads of Vince. And Saskatchewan, who were 1 for 1 on the power play, will have their second opportunity of the game. Brent Cologne. Fortunately, Mike not working. 2-minute holding the stick call on Paul Dawson.
And this one here, Teddy, is one of those double dips. Not only are you now down for 2 minutes or less, you're without one of your best penalty killers, the shot blocker of all shot blockers, Paul Dawson. See Thomas Whitty replacing him down on the crease.
1 for 1 on the power play, 1 shot for Saskatchewan. Low look, Keenan. Plays 1-2. Interior feed for Church. Knocked down by an active Bandit stick. Running is Nick Weiss. And wisely puts on the brakes to find Josh Byrne. Here's Chase Fraser. One-on-one with Mans. Keenan also stuck back on D. Fraser with under 10. Nanako flips it in. Fraser! Oh, what a save by Chiliano, but Fraser called in the crease. Slow numbers here for Saskatchewan. Keenan, shot, sailed it wide. And luckily for them, Messenger was slow getting off the floor, and he's able to find that Lucy. Shanks to Mans. Top center, Church to Mans. Misses on the short side, right to Shanks. Fakes it. Well over the top to Church. Shoulder save Vince.
They're really trying to get Vince to lean and put it over that shoulder too high and wide. I know here in Buffalo, wide right is something they don't like to hear, but for that one there, they're going to love it.
Anything wide right is a Bandit favorite defensively. 30 seconds on the minor to Paul Dawson. Under 2 to go here in the half. Byrne, heavy shot. Misses on the short side. And it'll bounce into row 4 right underneath us. Coming up at halftime. Ashton will have a player interview. We'll give you some highlights and stats. We'll also do our season finale, Axe Backs Relax. Shot soaked by Martin. Mans, Keenan. Ooh, Vince somehow kept that one out.
Just able to get that right glove down to keep that one out. Not sure if he guessed incorrectly. It doesn't matter, though. Got just enough of a piece.
9.5-minute goalless drought here for the Buffalo Bandits after scoring 5 straight between the first and second. McKay to Fraser. Couldn't handle it. Boudreau gonna knock it loose. Nanako finds it, though. 3 on the shot clock. Nanako to Kluche. Good stick check. And then Fraser will ice it as the shot clock expires. Final minute of the half. 1-goal game. It was a 4-goal game 4 minutes into the second. Austin Shanks gets a pick from Church into the corner Mans. Clark Walter trying to get him open. 10 on the shot clock. Up top feed, knocked down. Mans will flip it towards the bench as the shot clock expired. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So Buffalo can't pull Matt Vince. Dean Smith slowly across center. 15 on the shot clock. Smith, split dodge. Big hit there from Messenger. Able to hold on to it. McKay. Byrne. Skip pass. Oh, and Dean Smith had a yawning cage. Couldn't pull the trigger. Saskatchewan's got to run. Messenger. Step pass. an opening 30 minutes.
Remember the hit. Remember the play from Mike Messenger. The difference between going to the locker room down 1 to down 2 is a huge difference. And Mike Messenger, an absolute game breaker that he is, came up with a game-breaking play.
Shots 22 apiece for both clubs. Austin Shanks started the scoring 24 seconds in. The teams traded goals all the way to the end of the quarter with Kluche tying it. But then Josh Byrne had a pair. McKay and Buchanan added singles as Buffalo scored 4 in the opening 4 minutes of the second quarter to take a 4-goal lead. But Church with a pair and a single from Ryan Keenan has us at 7-6. Down on the floor, Ashley Dawkins with Nick Weiss.
Thank you so much, Nick. I do want to talk first about the fact that Josh Byrne has popped off for 3 here. I know that he's been struggling. How good is it to see him be successful for you guys when you need him the most?
Well, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's a big game player. He always rises to the occasion. And even though he hasn't been putting balls in the net, he's been doing tons of good things for our offense.
You guys went on a run. Then it was Sask's turn. From a defensive perspective, how can you minimize their opportunities in the second half?
I think we sat back. We know they want to attack early, and we sat back after we got a lead. We can't be comfortable. We got to keep on them, keep pressure, and not let them get any breathing air.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Ashley. What a half for Nick Weiss. 8 loose balls. Those are going to be the game deciders. When we come back, we'll break it all down. 7-6 to your score at halftime between the Bandits and Rush in Game 3 of the NLL Finals. Welcome back to Buffalo. Halftime here between the Bandits and Rush. And for the first time in these finals, someone has a lead after 30 minutes as Buffalo leads it 7-6. A 5-goal run really kind of opened this game up for the Buffalo Bandits. We haven't seen a run that big in this series. We haven't seen a run that big in the first quarter. What were they doing to find success during that run?
It was a lot of ball movement, swinging it east and west, sharing it, and to be honest, attacking. Like you see here, Chris Kluche attacks the net. We see athleticism coming through, but Josh Byrne, there's no doubt his stick has come to life, scoring a big goal there. Ian McKay getting involved in transition. Another blast from Byrne, and then the Nepean nightmare from distance. A little skipper into the back of the net. We talk about it all the time. Those runs by Buffalo inside this building can be absolutely suffocating, but Saskatchewan had that punch back.
We talked about Josh Byrne off the top and how he wasn't having a whole lot of success in these finals. Well, 3 goals, 3 assists is a good way to get off the schneid. Speaking of, Robert Church has done just that. He's been on every single Rush goal.
I don't want to say he was not an impact player to this series because he was doing a lot of great things. Getting some assists like we see here with a pair of assists, 1 on Shanks. He's been crashing bodies, but the big thing, you need Church to be more than just a facilitator and a body mover, and that's what he did. Great feed, but a great individual effort, and now finally, boom, into the back of the net. You can just feel the pressure off his back, and then this one, a nasty one in transition. Church has arrived to the finals, and that's bad news for Bandits fans.
Take a look at the halftime stats. Finally, a face-off battle that's been not one-sided for Jake Naso, as Connor Farrell has done a fantastic job at the dot. Everything else pretty much kind of right down the line as we expected between these two great teams. Ryan Keenan's got his team on the board. They're feeling good, but they got to do a little bit more as they trail by 1. Axe Facts Relax is next. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey return in the new season of the HBO original critics call riveting and brilliant, The Last of Us. Stream now, only on Crave. Welcome back inside KeyBank Arena. We welcome Ashley Docking to the double box for our final edition of Axe Facts Relax. And with all this pomp and circumstance going around this Game 3 and a chance for the Bandits to win 3 in a row, how about some teams that have been to 5 straight championships? Funny enough, all those 3 teams have won 6 NLL championships. So the question is, will the Buffalo Bandits be considered a dynasty if they win here tonight? Straight up, facts. How can they not be a dynasty if they win tonight? 5 straight, won 3 out of 5. They have been the most dominant team since COVID in the National Lacrosse League. It is just too easy not to say facts. Ashley?
Yeah, I think it's a fact. When you look at what makes up a dynasty, right, it's a team that's been in power for a very long time, and whether they've been successful or not in the finals, Buffalo has been there. So they've won 2 in a row. I think you need to get to 3 to be a dynasty in a short period of time. 3 in a row, please. Let's just sign them in stone.
Well, I'm going to say relax, not well, actually, you guys. It was must they win. I don't think they must win. I think if they go and win a championship next year, I believe then they enter themselves into a dynasty category. So if they lose here, the clouds are not falling. It's not all doom and gloom in Bandit, but they'll have to win next year to be a dynasty.
So let's go to the Saskatchewan Rush, and we want to know, Ashley, we'll start with you. Is this the most impressive roster Derek Keenan has ever built? Actually, Pat, you go first.
You know what? I will, because I'm excited to answer this one. I can already feel the torches and the pitchforks coming for me, because we know Keenan has built dynasties before, great teams, but I don't know if this is the best roster he's ever built. It's the most impressive roster he's ever built. He goes out, signs Austin Shanks. He picks up Matt Hosick for free in the dispersal draft. Oh yeah, trades for Brock Haley. Gets Jake Naso, face-off man, in the 3rd round. Easy work for Derek Keenan.
Ashley?
Yeah, like the journalist that I am, I went straight to the source, and this week I said, Derek, is this the best roster you've constructed? And while, like any good parent, he won't pick a favorite child, if you will, he said this roster is created specifically like his 2010s roster that we would consider a dynasty to a degree. So he said the difference is that the 2010s roster was bigger in size, but they were athletic, they were skilled, they were built from the back. So I would say, no, this is not his best roster, but let's see what this group can do if they're able to string some finals appearances together.
You guys gave me crap because I wanted to play Switzerland, and I want to say all 3 for this one, but you know what? I'm going to say facts. After everything that they have done with this group, getting Frank Scigliano to sign long-term, getting Robert Keenan to sign for Robert Church to sign for another year, this is a very impressive team. 4 guys, 70 points or more, but nobody over the 80-point mark. Defender of the year, goalie of the year, coach and GM of the year, perfect example of what makes Derek Keenan so good. Thanks, everybody, for the final edition of Axe, Facts, Relax. What are your thoughts? Will Buffalo be a dynasty? Is this Derek Keenan's most impressive team? The cup may be the final decider. Officially another sellout here in Bandit, 19,070 packed in the KeyBank Center for Game 3 of the NLL Finals, and what a game it has been. 7-6 after 30 minutes. What does the second half have in store? I guess we got Jake Naso and Connor Farrell get us started. And Farrell will win it to the far side, lay a big hit on a Saskatchewan defender. And a loose ball going to be picked up there by Thomas Whitty.
Starts off with the ball here in the second half, up by 1.
Kyle Buchanan.
Just going to win his half.
Josh Byrne, 3 goals, 6 points in the opening half. Skips it to Dane Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Smith on his wrong side, gives to Byrne. Shot, save Scigliano, and he had to be careful with that one.
And Teddy, when we were going through some of the numbers, wasn't on our board, but my jaw hit the floor. Saskatchewan out blocking Buffalo 7-3. A little taste of their own medicine. We've seen Saskatchewan in this finals just up their game and sacrifice the body.
Man's on his wrong side. Nice save from Matt Vance. Not that I don't believe that stat. What I don't believe is that Buffalo only had 3 blocks.
Fair enough.
Here's Byrne. Offense generally runs to the stick at 22. Now Kluche missed game 2 with a lower body injury. Back here for game 3. Nate Smith off the helmet of Scigliano. Loose ball and a fresh 30 picked up by Nanico. Josh Byrne matched up against Messenger as he has been pretty much all series long. Fraser couldn't handle the interior feed. Now he'll catch it. Fraser. Woo! He just doesn't care. back. Call Pat McAfee. Get this guy on the show. Because he doesn't care. All he does is score highlight sicko goals.
Speechless. Absolutely speechless. Every time this guy has the rock in his hands, get your popcorn ready because something crazy is about to happen. One hand on the stick goes behind the back. Are you kidding me?
And to think, he was a face-off guy in the District of Columbia playing college ball. Out of Aldergrove, BC, drafted back in 2017 by the Buffalo Bandits. He was just a few points shy of a career best in the postseason. 8-6, huge goal to start the second half for Buffalo. Robert Church over the top, left shoulder save Vince. Fresh 30 loose ball in the stick of the captain, Ryan Keenan. With Brock Haley. To Mans on the far side. Bouncer soaked by Weiss. Loose ball picked up by the Bandits captain, the Mountain Man, Steve Priolo.
I think I dislocated my jaw after that goal. Like, unbelievable.
McKay to Byrne. Step back shot, score! Step through Giuliano. And just like the second quarter, Buffalo has come out firing here in the third.
The NLL Finals has been a little bit of a slow burn for Josh Byrne, but now he's burning it to the ground. Hammers this one from distance, and I know Fred Giuliano's probably going to want this one back, but when you torque it from distance like that, the spin on the ball with that power, it's real tough to stop.
No goals for 2 goals in games 1 and 2. 3 goals in 5 playoff games. He's now got 4 here in the deciding game 3. Shoot till you're hot, shoot till you're not, and keep shooting in between. Here's Zach Mans to Church. Keenan running it around, he does. Shot saved, Matt Vince. Loose ball picked up by Dawson. He'll move it up ahead to Cam Wire.
That is peak Buffalo Bandits defense. Give up the shot that Matt Vince wants to see. Take enough time and space away, but don't allow it to turn into a shooting gallery. Really nice job by Paul Dawson there.
Buchanan, Kluche, back to Buchanan. Nanacook with 10. Skip past Byrne. Oh, what a save. Giuliano able to get post to post. To deny Byrne is 5th.
That's the 3rd repossession on offense for Buffalo this half already. 5 overall in the game.
Smith from the outside. Shoulder save Giuliano. Messenger up ahead, BK3. Okay, the third's going to stay in play. Shanks, shot. Wide, loose ball bounces to Zach Mans. Mans spins, gets to the middle, and a great stick check by Dylan Robinson as Mans had a clear look right in the heart of the defense.
Here comes
Here comes Ian McKay. Swim move, drives, McKay, oh, a safety check by Holden Garland, knocked it out of his stick. Running is Boudreau. Numbers here for Saskatchewan. Church to the middle of the floor. Pass knocked down by the stick of Justin Martin. Bodies battling to the left of Vince. Loose ball picked up by Thomas Whitting. I'm sure they're watching back at 13th Street Winery. Tuned into this one. Byrne. Around the top. Plants his feet. Trying to go over the shoulder. Hit Giuliano right in the face mask. pivotal moment in this game for the Saskatchewan Rush. Down 3. They've already been down 4 once in this game. You can't allow the Buffalo Bandits to start to pull away. Keenan trying to find a loose ball. Robinson couldn't, but McKay will. Slow numbers here for Buffalo. Smith spins away from Adam J. One more. One extra one. Oh, what a save, Chiliano. Denying Fraser on the dive. Having fun? We knew this game was going to be fantastic. It has been just that. Pass to Walter doesn't connect. Loose ball picked up by Keenan. 10 on the shot clock. Triolo to Church. Drives underneath. Behind the net, Walter. 4 on the shot clock. Triolo blocked in front by Cam Wires. Shot clock violation. TV timeout. Chase Fraser and Josh Byrne have 2 goals to start the third quarter and have helped the Buffalo Bandits to a 3-goal lead with 9:08. But oh my goodness, Chase Fraser, silly. There's like a 2-time NLL champ, Chase Fraser, just staring into your soul. And he just has a knack for scoring filthy McNasty goals.
Let's dial it back to Vancouver. Goes through the legs, behind the back, one hand on the stick, one hand on the stick behind the back. Pat McAfee, Sports Center, the Louvre. We need to show this everywhere. The guy is an absolute sicko, as you like to say. And man, oh man, the gumption, the audacity to do it in this big of a stage makes it even more impressive, Teddy.
And the crazy thing is, we mentioned it in game 2 when he scored the goal. He practices that. He was literally on the sideboards and shoot around, just throwing one hand behind the back, just trying to get that feel. What does Steve Dietrich say? It's the most God-given talent he's ever seen in a single player. Here's Josh Byrne. I'm out of breath already. Shot, shoulder save. I'm not even playing. Loose ball picked up by Messenger. Up ahead to Hossick. Robert Church. 2 goals, 4 assists here in game 3. Haley on his wrong side. Skip pass to Shanks. And they'll give him a reset on that one-timer off the crossbar. Mans. Bobbled it. Dawson knocks him to the turf. And they're going to call interference on Paul Dawson, who had Mans in a bit of a headlock. Shanks to Mans. Near side, Brock Haley. Haley to Church, trying to go 5-0. Big save there from Matt Vince. Already had that one scouted.
No one does more homework than Matt Vince. He reads these guys like a book, because he literally has a book on every single shooter in the NLL.
I think it's more of an Encyclopedia Britannica, full volume. Here's Ian McKay with 10 on the shot clock. Fraser, step back, can't pull the trigger. 3, 2, twister, save Chiliano. We're approaching 12 minutes of scoreless lacrosse for the Saskatchewan Rush. The last goal came from Robert Church with just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Triolo skips it to Mans. Back to Triolo, shot right in the breadbasket. Loose ball, picked up by Belter. They'll call him back in.
Belter said, I was already in the crease when I picked that loose ball up. I don't think that was the case. So first repossession here for Saskatchewan of this half. They've only got 3 so far this entire game.
Belter grew up just down the road in Tonawanda. Lifelong Bandit fan. And now looking to help his team to a 3rd straight NLL championship. Walter, Church. Triolo inside. What a save there from Matt Vince. Got it in the 6 hole and held on tight.
Mike Triolo, Scarborough, Ontario native. He's got a full pocket of change. He still can't buy one. 0 goals in this playoffs. I know his role is more of a mucker and a grinder, freeing up space for other guys, but he's had a lot of chances. He's got to convert on one of those.
Fraser. Near side, Chris Kluche. To Smith. Plants his feet. Bouncer scores. Back to a 4-goal game. 10-6 Buffalo.
Dane Smith is all sorts of fired up, and for good reason. Look at, once again, sweeping the top, east-west ball movement, fights through a hard check, sweeps the top, and that patented sidearm shot, we'll see right here, a little heavy bump on the back creates enough space for the great Dane to let that one fly.
Josh Byrne has been on 9 of 10 Buffalo Bandit goals here tonight. Across center comes the speedster, Bobby Kidd III. He'll give it to Shanks and stay in play. Man scores! Oh no, he didn't allow that one in. As he tried to dunk it back short side. Might have been the butt end of Vince's stick that bulged the twine, but the ball never crossed.
He is one of the most deadly first jab steps. Like, I mean, as soon as that happens, you realize it's coming. It's too late. He's already blown past you.
Daniko plants his feet, takes the shot, sails high of the crossbar. Loose ball grabbed by Messenger. Up ahead, Hasek. Back to Messenger. Flip it for Church. Tries to seal. Flashes to the middle. Takes a hit. And they'll call him in the crease. Up ahead to Weiss. And he's going to be able to run onto this one. As Belter and Messenger exchange words as they head off the floor.
Dylan Robinson with an extra jump here tonight. He's been all over the floor. 3 seasons, 3 NLL championship experiences for him, 2 titles. He must think this must be easy.
Boudreau over the top, save Matt Vince. And it is sort of getting to that time, Patty, where you got to start taking the chances that are there, and that was a great look for Ryan Barnable.
Well, that was one thing in game 2. Buffalo does a great job taking away transition. Well, sometimes you just got to create your own and take those risks. We'll see if that's the case here for Saskatchewan.
Here's Nanacook still looking for his first in the final. Kluche through screen. His second. It's 11-6.
Big games, big moments, no problem for the big lefty from KW. Goes low to high. This guy's been sleeping in a cryo chamber all week long, trying to heal up that leg. Well, if you can shoot the ball that well, I don't think any nagging injury is going to keep you off the turf.
He jokingly said he was going in it 3 times a day. He may not have been joking. He was in a walking boot last Sunday in Saskatoon.
They trade that walking boot for his scoring boots here in Buffalo.
Bandit land. It's having some fun. But an illegal push will send us to break. It's a 5-goal game. Smith, Kluche starting to have some fun, starting to feel it. We're getting close. We still got a lot of lacrosse to play. Five-goal game, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Since the mini game ended, thankfully, There've only been 3 game threes in NLL history, and they've always involved at least one of these teams.
And that just goes to speak volumes of these franchises and how quality they have been over these years. We know Buffalo most recently achieving that feat. But talking to Derek Keenan, man, he said, like, this is one of the closest finals he's ever been a part, even with some of those going into 3. Nice chance there. Mans again, seeing something he likes, taking his man wide. He's not always going to take that shot. Sometimes he waits for that slide to come, finds Keenan there. Keenan just runs out a little bit of space.
Here comes Dane Smith. Flips it to Danico. Around the top. Bouncer! And it's starting to get away from the Saskatchewan Rush. As the Bandits are a boulder rolling downhill right now. All gas, no brakes.
After game 1, Dane Smith told Ashley Docking on the floor, said, hey, I don't know what it is. People have forgot I can score the ball too. I can put the ball in the back of the net. There's statements, and then there's whatever we have been seeing this finals. Picking corners, throwing bouncers, goal scoring prowess back into the stick of Dane Smith.
Second 5-goal run of the game for the Buffalo Bandits. And we're nearing 19 minutes with no Saskatchewan Rush goals. Fraser on the far side. Kluche now. Gets a pick from McKay. The rollback pass just took a deflection. And then McKay will get called for the crease. And then he bumps into Messenger, and Messenger gives him another one right in front of the official. No call. Fans wanted one. Here's Mans. Working on Belter. Slide comes from Dawson. Man open underneath. It's Haley. Had it knocked out of his stick by the check of Belter. And then Belter belts him with a heavy body check. 3 on the shot clock. And a shot clock violation. Some heavy pressure. And that's one scary thing is this Buffalo Bandits offense rolling downhill. The second, when their defense starts to feel it.
It's contagious, Teddy. When the offense is confident, the defense gets confidence. Vice versa. We'll see if you always hear stacking chips. There's a good stacked defensive chip. See what happens here on offense.
Kluche, 10 on the shot clock. Skips it to Dane Smith. Back to Kluche. Down the lane. Scores!
Is an all-time gutsy performance from Chris Kluche. Battling through a lower body injury. Ankle brace on. Clutch gene activated. No lights are too bright for Chris Kluche. And Memorial Day weekend continues to be his favorite holiday each and every year.
Loose ball push called on Buffalo. Possession here to the Rush. Shanks. Shanks still with it. He tries to go low to high. Off the crossbar. Up into section 102, row 29.
Teddy, we're starting to see Buffalo get a little more aggressive on ball, especially early in possession. As long as they have their backside help, this is going to be real successful for them.
Clark Walter drives through the middle, skips it to Shanks. Shanks and Church working. Shanks try to go 5-hole, save Vince, loose ball. And Vince will reach out, grab it. Friolo asking for a penalty. None coming. Still asking for a penalty. Here's Ian McKay. Drives underneath, tiptoes the crease, gives it off to Dane Smith. Kluche. Oh, he had a man over. Finds Buchanan, just put it over top. And now there's shot clock violation. Maybe a split second sooner on that pass, and Buchanan doesn't have to force it as much. Church gets a big pick there from Triolo. The rollback, Triolo tried to dunk it far side, couldn't. 13 on the shot clock. Mans going for the dunk, and it takes a heavy hit for his efforts. Walter with 3 on the shot clock from deep, easily handled by Matt Vince. You're starting to see some frustration now in the rush faces. Under 30 to go. Bandit land to their feet. Nanakoke in the corner. One-on-one with Boudreau. Gives it off to Smith. Fakes the shot. Backdoor look for Burns to the deflection. Heavy shot through a screen. Rebound almost went right to McKay. And the quarter will end. But a 6-goal run, a 6-0 run in the third has the Bandits in control.
Saskatchewan in game 1 and game 2 did such a good job for limiting the runs, taking it away, going on their own runs. Game number 3, it's been a different story. It's been the Bandits, been a bit of a runaway train, but Saskatchewan, we know they have the power to come back into this one.
Chase Fraser, a one-handed beauty, helps his team to lead. 15 minutes of regulation time is left. What do we have in store? Tune in on TSN to find out. Special players, special plays, and special moments. That is a simulation of Josh Byrne. More on him. Here's Ashley Docking.
Josh Byrne has absolutely come alive when the Bandits needed him to the most. This playoff has been a grind in terms of finding the back of the net, and he knows it as well. His shooting percentage is way down, and I talked to him, and he said, listen, I'm happy to share the ball if mine's not falling. But I spoke to Kyle Buchanan about that, and he said, we love that Josh likes to share. We like that he's not selfish, but he was passing up shots in game 2 that he never passes up. So Dane and I talked to him in the room after the game, and we said, buddy, we need you to shoot. Everybody trusts it. Steve Dietrich weighed in and said candidly, if we're going to go down, I'd rather go down with Josh shooting 25 than 9. So far today, he's answered the call. He's been pretty good, Teddy.
He certainly has. Asher, you mentioned 7.3 coming into this game. How about 40%? Teddy, you said it earlier on. Shoot till you're hot and shoot till you're not. He's going to keep shooting with a 40% clip right now.
Your best players have to show up at the biggest moments. And as Ashley said, that has been everything Chase Fraser has been about. I love the fact that the veterans of this team took time after game 1 to just calm them down. Steve Triolo, Dane Smith, hey, you're going to be fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. We got you. And they were able to get him to game 3, and now he has elevated his game here tonight. Here's Nanakoke to Byrne. Watched by Bobby Kidd III. Slide help comes from McClellan. Shot, missed short side, loose ball, Jared Smith. And if Saskatchewan can't find a way back in this game, this could be a 14-minute party here in the KeyBank Center.
You know Saskatchewan's not going down with a fight.
Heck no.
Buffalo realizes that. They got to keep the foot on the gas.
Triolo battling in the middle with Belters. Nice slide there from Paul Dawson. Knocked Clark Walter to the turf. Loose ball to Church. Inside feed to Triolo. Tried to catch it one-handed. Couldn't. Dylan Robinson will give it off to Kyle Buchanan and go for a change. Fraser far side. Smith on the rollback to Fraser. Shot right in the logo of Frank Giuliano. Garland to cross center. Shanks inside. Haley tried the crosshand twister. Just like he did in game 2. but this time Matt Bates stayed on the pipe. Weiss across center. Nanakoke. Buchanan. Dane Smith. Up top, Nanakoke. Big slide hit from Boudreau. Ball falls to Kuche. And he'll bounce it on target. Easy save there for Chiliano.
Hey guys,
Longest scoring drought of the playoffs for Saskatchewan. 21 minutes, 44 seconds and counting. Triolo. Skip pass. Keenan couldn't grab it. 10 on the shot clock. Keenan backing his man in. Backhand flip to Mans. Plants his feet, takes the shot. Kick save there from Matt Bates.
I'll tell you, let's not forget. Fourth quarter in this building, game number 1. It was a nothing burger on the offensive side for Saskatchewan. Not for the lack of trying. It was more like Buffalo, being the anaconda that they are, slowly suffocating their prey.
Chiliano with a long outlet pass. Nice one-handed grab by Jared Smith. Clark Walter now. Watched by Weiss. Skip pass. Shanks fakes it. Back to Walter. Couldn't handle it. And then he's knocked to the turf by Weiss. And they'll give possession back to Saskatchewan. 11-17 remaining in regulation. Bandits looking to go back to back to back. And so far, they've shut out the rush here in the second half. Another block from Paul Dawson. Give him 7,548 on the year.
smartest guy we know.
Might need our stats guy, Joe Del Busso, to check that one, but it sounds about right.
No fact checking.
Get ready to clap.
Kluche to Dane Smith. 8-point night for 92. Into the corner, Buchanan. Dill Robinson out there playing a shift. Oh, Buchanan on the run. Saves Chiliano. Loose ball, McKay. Fresh 30 Buffalo.
Sixth offensive repossession for Buffalo here in this game.
Here's McKay on the far side with 15 on the shot clock. Worked with Nanakoke, who's on his wrong side. Stripped by Barnable. It falls to Kluche with a rebound shot off the legs. Another fresh 30. Nanakoke in the near side, low corner. Nanakoke trying to back his way in. Flips it. Kluche gets his own rebound. Then it falls right to Chiliano. Good 80-90 second possession there for Buffalo in the offensive zone.
That's a clock chewer for sure, Teddy. Not only does it chew up clock, but it grinds down the defensive goaltender as well.
Here's Mans. Finds Church on the far side. Outside shot, well off target. Loose ball right back to Mans with 8 on the shot clock. Head of steam against Matisse. Shot off the right shoulder of Vince. Keenan now. Mans skips it to Triolo. Shanks flashes through the middle. Little beasting pick from Keenan. Mans, Triolo won't pull the trigger. Dispossessed by Triolo. And then the jump shot goes well off target. Under 9 to go. Dane Smith said pre-game, Pat, they need to play bandit ball, and they've done that here tonight. Everybody contributing, no passengers. Here's Buchanan, flips it to Smith. One more, McKay tried to pinpoint it far side. Loose ball, Garland. Slow numbers, Jared Smith. Good backtracking there from Paul Dawson. 2-on-1 the other way. And McCullen is back quickly for Saskatchewan to nullify the transition chance by Wires. Kluche. Watched by Hossack. Runs off the McKay pick. Swings it near side to Hogananico. Sicko mode Fraser. One hand. Oh, nice save there from Chiliano. And then some rough stuff in the crease. Penalties coming. And it's going to be Fraser heading off. I think he got a chop from Messenger and then gave one back. But with 7:56 to go, Chris Kluche started to find his form. He's got the hat trick, and the Bandits are almost there.
Now time for the Eero assist to the game, and boy, this was tough to pick, but how about the pride of Pickering, Ontario? Dylan Robinson finding Ian McKay streaking off the bench. A massive Juice goal for the Buffalo Bandits, but Juice may be out of the building for a mere moment. As Chase Fraser going to sit down for 2 or less. Take a look here, tied up. And that one's going to sting there, Teddy.
Get a good look here in the ISO cam. I guess that's 2 minutes?
Well, he is a villain. He is a heel.
Yes.
The low blow is the epitome of a heel move, no?
Sure is. Saskatchewan 1 for 2 on the power play. And they need a goal here desperately. Mans will set it up as they go strong left. Walter, Keenan, Church, Shanks. Out there with him. Shanks to Mans. One more Keenan. Shot, rebound. Oh, what a shoulder save from Matt Vince. Denying Church. Mans, Church, Walter, one-timer. Oh, he thought he scored, but again, Matt Vince kept it out. Up ahead to Weiss. Buchanan will get it from him. Minute 20 on the minor. 15 on the shot clock for Ian McKay. Backdoor cut from Buchanan. Dean Smith. And he'll just roll to the corner. Bounces friendly right to Frank Chiliano. Up ahead to Boudreau. A minute to go on the minor to Chase Fraser. Under 7 to play in regulation.
Paul Dawson back on his patented spot on the crease. How about 15 blocks in the playoffs now? Most ever in a single postseason.
Shot. Give him another one, Pat. Oh, they'll say that one hit Vince. That was blocked. And Vince will escort it into his crease. Weiss up ahead with Priolo. 30 seconds on the Fraser minor.
Buffalo can hold on here. We know there's going to be a fair share of block parties around Western New York, but there's been a block party all season long when it comes to the Bandits.
What's a block parade look like?
I don't know, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Just 23 guys blocking shots down the road. Oh, one-hander by Manico. Almost snuck in.
12.2 blocks per game in the playoffs.
Fraser freed from the box. 1 for 3 with a man advantage. Left arm safe from Vince. Fresh 30 Saskatchewan. Mans shot right off the face mask. Gets his own rebound. Then eats a cross check for his efforts. And then a chop. And loose ball picked up by the captain. Up ahead to Fraser. Buchanan floats up high, gets to the middle, takes the shot, and he scores! It's now 7 goals in a row. And Buchanan's got 2 on the night.
Lacrosse, stand up, the water bug. Kyle Buchanan, his second goal of the evening, the second from distance. We saw him in morning shoot-around, picking corners, going bar in. We know most of his work is done on top of the crease. but the veterans still got it from distance, Teddy.
Naso wins the draw to Hossack. 8-goal game. Church to Mans. To the middle of the floor. Floater, shoulder save. Loose ball picked up by Robinson. And Criollo will carry it across center. Here's Dane Smith. Kluche and right back to him. Nanico. You know they'd love to get TN1 a goal here. Behind the net, McKay with the dunk. They try to wrap it all the way around far side on Chiliano. Running is Boudreau. Shot on the run, tried to go through a screen and actually hit a man and never made it on target. Without a goal for the Rush. Here's Kyle Buchanan. What a clinic this Bandits D has put on here. Fraser fakes the flip, keeps it, then try to get it back to Buchanan. And that'll take us to break. 3:49 remaining. The Buffalo Bandits are that far away from joining the Rochester Nighthawks in infamy. You're not going to want to miss the end of this game. Come back and join us for the fun. There is the trophy. In just a few minutes, unless a calamity of collapses happens, it will once again go to the Buffalo Bandits. Before we get back to play, Patty, we want to send our deepest condolences to the Eckert family. Earlier today, we found out that 34-year-old Matt Eckert passed away in a tragic car accident. Played Junior A with the Orangeville Northmen, the Owen Sound Junior B coach. And as we always say, there's nothing better than the medicine game to help people get through really tough times. So we hope that you're watching, and we know that you're hurting, but know that we are sending you all our thoughts and prayers in this really tough time.
Well said, partner.
3.5 to go. Mans loses his stick. Loose ball picked up. Breakaway here for Nick Weiss. All low. Fakes it. Shoulder save. Loose ball. Wire scores! His first goal of the playoffs. Third goal of the season.
And how about this? Corkscrew check. Weiss picks up the ball, throws a little pick, takes a shot, and airborne. The pride of Gloucester, Ontario. What a moment Ottawa Lacrosse is having here on Memorial Weekend.
His first career playoff goal in 11 playoff games. Naso turned aside by Vince. Myers, one of the many guys drafted by this Buffalo team to become an anchor in this franchise. And he has really set this place in the banana land.
Just think of it. A couple drafts ago, you get Wires, you get Robinson, you get Belter. They've all been great contributors and are going to soon be the core of this next great defense.
Outside shot from Nanico. He was the only Bandit on the floor as the four other guys had changed to get the defense out. And now Nanico battling for this loose ball. And we got a heavy whistle and a timeout called by John Tavares. What seems here inside the KeyBank Center. 19,070 jammed in. And after a first quarter where teams were trading goals back and forth, it was a 5-goal run that opened this game up. Saskatchewan got to within 1 by the end of the half, but it has now been an 8-goal run, an 8-0 run, as John Tavares has his Bandits on the brink of 3 in a row.
Killer instinct. That is exactly what it's been here tonight for the Buffalo Bandits. Sure, did they have their best stuff in game 1 or game 2? No, but they had enough to get it to game 3. And they knew all along that this team was destined for greatness. They found their best stuff, and it has been completely overwhelming for Saskatchewan.
Ball will start in the near corner with Dane Smith. Fans are on their feet, waving the rally towels, as they have been with this team since way back in 1992 when JT was a rookie. And they are moments away from surpassing the Toronto Rock and Philadelphia Wings for the most titles in league history with 7. Shank shot took a deflection into the netting. It'll stay with Saskatchewan. Left in regulation. Keenan wants a new ball. We'll get it. Here's Zach Mann. Pass to Church, doesn't connect. Triolo with the loose ball. Church flashes. Pass was too high for Shanks. Mans has it with 15. Gets underneath. Shot. Save Vince. Shots 51-48 in favor of Buffalo.
And Teddy, what did I say at halftime? 7-2 in favor for Saskatchewan in blocks. That has been completely flipped on its head. 7-0 in blocks for the Buffalo Bandits. It has been absolutely clinical out the back door.
The party's starting. Fraser will flip in the corner. Chiliano will have to come and get this one. Fire at bench side, center floor. Haley. Here's Clark Walter. Shanks, shot, blocked again by a Bandit stick. Loose ball picked up by Belton. Final minute of regulation. Final minute of the 2024-2025 season. For the Rush, it's not the way they want it to end. As a good friend of mine, Tyler Hever, used to say, win or learn, never lose. This team will be back. This team has such an incredible future ahead of them. The youth, the legs, the energy, the moxie. It will take them a long way. But this Buffalo Bandits team was just on a completely different level after the first quarter. Boudreau shot, sails high, loose ball Dawson. Will let Bandit Land count it down. Dawson ices it. One is great, 2 is fine, but there's nothing like winning 3 in a row. The Buffalo Bandits are your 2025 NLL Cup champions. Phenomenal game.
Right down to the wire, the 2 best teams, winner take all, but ultimately the best and perhaps the best there ever was. A team that will go in for down in infamy forever. Back to back to back. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. This is a city, Teddy. Heartbreak after heartbreak. 4 falls of Buffalo. Wide right. Crushing defeats and failures. But the team that has been here all along is the one who will once again raise another banner and be the cornerstone franchise of the National Lacrosse League.
I'm just looking at some of the banners here inside Key Bank, trying to see if anyone has any other championship banners. But it's just orange and black. After a tough couple of first games in the finals, no one stepped up more than number 22, Josh Byrne. And he's down on the floor with Ashley.
Josh, we were talking before this game about dynasty. 3 championships in a row. Can you quantify what you're feeling right now for us?
No, I can't. This is the most amazing thing I've ever been a part of. You look around here, 19,000 packed, a city that just never sleeps. They've supported us for so long. I love this place.
Josh, you were drafted here and you've grown up with this team. You've lived with some of them. You know, you have really seen a ton of stages. What does it mean to do it with them, with people that have seen you at your highest and your lowest?
It means so much. You know, my draft night, Dane Smith was my roommate. And from there, we lived with each other for about 3 to 4 years. And we've lived, you know, through COVID, the whole thing. You know, I'm so proud of this group right now. You know, a lot of pressure was on this team, was on this city, and, you know, we came through.
All right, what scoring drought? What scoring drought, Josh? Because we talked about it before game 2, and you said, yeah, I've been struggling to find the net, but I'll persevere. When that first one went in, what feeling took over for you, and what did you think was about to happen next?
Hey, sometimes you got to let the dog out.
Any Great Dane dog barking here for the third one?
Not for me, but he knows I love him.
Congratulations, Josh.
Thank you so much.
18 points in the finals for Josh Byrne. 9 of them came tonight in game 3. We talk about Josh Byrne, Patty. What is the legacy of Matt Vince in the NLL as he becomes not just another three-peater, the only person to ever do it twice, other than some guy named Michael Jordan, and the only guy to ever do it with 2 different franchises?
I think the conversation of greatest goalie of all time, we can put that to rest, and I think we need to start having the conversation of greatest lacrosse player the game has ever seen. 3-peat, twice, 2 different organizations. Probably going to have the Goaltender of the Year award named after him. He's going to have to do some renovations at his home in St. Catharines because he's running out of space for all the trophies, the hardware that this guy has. Teddy, we talked about it. In Alumni Square, there's a statue of the French Connection. I would not be surprised if one day there's a statue of John Tavares and that man right there. That's the lasting legacy.
That guy right there?
Well, maybe not that guy, but that guy right there. Legend. Like, legend status doesn't even begin to speak what he means to the game of lacrosse. It's been remarkable to follow him through his career. I don't know how much more time we have with the great Matt Vince. But, man, we know he's got a lot of gas left in that tank, right?
He didn't allow a goal for the final 34 minutes and 18 seconds of Game 3. We talk about stepping up in big moments. We talk about your best players having to be your best players at the end of the day. Nobody does it quite like number 45. And there's a look at Frank Giuliano. That guy is a warrior. He'll be back. This one stings. But he's going to use it as fuel for the fire to come back stronger and better than ever. He had his best career year.
Yeah.
One goalie of the year. But unfortunately, he and the Rush just one game short.
Well, let's not forget, Teddy, up until this team won a championship 3 seasons ago, there was a lot of talks of, and I'll say it, the people said chokers, can't get it done, not able to get over the hump. Well, they have turned that narrative and completely spun it on its head. Frank Giuliano's done the exact same thing, saying, I am a playoff performer. I can go deep. Now, he doesn't get the championship, but you know, him coupled with this young, ferocious, tenacious Saskatchewan team, they're going to be back. This is just the beginning, Saskatchewan. Be proud of this group, because what they did this year was remarkable, but it has only just begun.
You can see the emotions, one of joy and jubilation, the other of heartbreak and defeat. But that is sometimes the cruel duality of sports. But for the Buffalo Bandits, it couldn't be a better moment and a better night to win 3 in a row. We started with him, now let's go down to him. Bandits longtime PA announcer and the longest tenured Buffalo Bandit, Chris Swenson.
Oh my, Bandit Land, listen, to MC tonight's ceremony, please welcome NLL sideline reporter Ashley Docking.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Bandit Land, over 19,000 of you. Your third straight championship, and I am so pleased to be here and to announce the presentation of the NLL Finals MVP trophy, NLL Cup, and here to do it, NLL Commissioner Brett Frood.
Thank you, Ashley. Fans everywhere in Bandit Land. It's a great honor to announce the 2025 NLL Finals MVP, Ian McKay.
A certified offensive juggernaut. How good did it feel for you to be able to step up in a situation where your team needed you the most?
Yeah, obviously unbelievable feeling. This is a great award, but it's a team award for us. Ultimately, what we wanted was that championship trophy. We're back 3 times in a row, baby. Let's go.
This season in particular has been really difficult for you. The highest of highs, the lowest of lows. I do want to take a moment to recognize your stepdad, Steve. I know that you carry him with you every game, and I know that your team has been here for you through this all. How did you feel him here today in the postseason, and what did it mean that everyone supported you?
Yeah, I said in a couple interviews, that's the beauty of being a part of a team. It's a huge family. They've been huge support for me all season long. It obviously happened early in the year. You know, I got some family here in the crowd. I got family here in the crowd. I'll give a shout out to my mom. She's in Italy right now. It's probably 5 in the morning there, and she's watching this. And obviously my stepdad, Steve. This one's for you.
Congratulations, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, everybody, please welcome the NLL Cup over in the corner to be delivered tonight by Deputy Elwood Brad Mohawk of the Erie County Sheriff's Office.
our teams, our players, and our great fans for a sensational 2025 season, culminating in one of the greatest final series we've seen in our history. Congrats to the Rush, the Priestner family, the entire organization, staff, and fans. Showed a lot of resiliency and toughness this year. Great turnaround. Proud of you guys. Congratulations. And now we celebrate the 2025 NLL champions. Back to back to back. These guys continue to set the bar extremely high, along with the greatest fans in sports. Thank you, Bandit Land. I think we can call it a dynasty. Steve, come on up.
Take this and then we'll move over to this side.
First to lift the NLL Cup. Handed off to Dane Smith. Nick Weiss, it'll go on down the line. But some amazing scenes here inside Banditland. Ian McKay, your NLL Finals MVP, 7 goals, 5 assists in the finals alone. He mentioned to Ashley, playing with a heavy heart for his stepfather, Steve. But no better sport, the medicine game, to help bring a family closer together. And he said he's got family in the crowd. He probably has 19,000 family members here inside Banditland. What an incredible moment. What an incredible series. What an incredible season for Ian McKay.
You said it, Parker, a couple of weeks ago, talking about he was one of the best offensive players in this lineup, putting himself in the conversation for one of the best overall players on the planet as Thomas Whitty raises the trophy for his first time in his career. What a pickup he was by Steve Dietrich, a young piece that's going to grow with this outstanding defensive core of the Buffalo Bandits. But of course, yes, Ian McKay, one of the best stories is Kyle Matisse, first time raising that new trophy as he won the Champions Cup with Georgia.
Beating the Saskatchewan Rush. Yeah. In overtime. Miles Thompson scoring that game winner. Justin Martin, a guy that we barely ever talk about during a game, but one of the anchors of that defense. He had a phenomenal series. The walk-in highlight film. Pat McAfee, I swear, if you don't get him on, might be the worst mistake you make all year. We've talked about the GOAT. We've talked about how good he is, and he's down the floor with Ashley Docker.
Matt, somehow, in the highest leverage of situations, you come through when your team needs you the most. What kind of focus, dedication goes into winning back-to-back-to-back titles? Not just once in your case, but twice.
Yeah, you know, you got to have the right group of guys and the right situation, and I've had that in 2 good franchises, 2 good coaching staffs, 2 good ownership groups, and then obviously great teammates. That's what at the end of the day it comes down to, is a great team.
You're in such a unique situation. You're the only player to win back-to-back-to-back twice, but Paul Dawson was with you in Rochester for 2, and now he's been with you in Buffalo for 2. What does having a guy like that in front of you do for your chances and just confidence?
Well, you know, we're just so familiar with each other. Not only do we play in Rochester, but we played summer lacrosse, played for Team Canada. You know his family really well, and just that comfort level and calming presence for me. I think that's the biggest thing is when I get a little antsy, he's there to calm me down.
When you reflect on this championship, what will be the thing that stands out to you the most?
I think family, whether it's in the locker room, my family up there, and all those things that kind of go into somebody winning a championship. It's not just us on the field. It's Bandit Land. It's all the people supporting us along the way.
Thank you so much for your time, Matt. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Just, you could feel it. From the moment he stepped on the floor to post-game, he was in his zone. And to do it 3 years in a row as a goaltender at 42 years old is just phenomenal. As celebrations continue here inside Bandit Land. Matt Spanger was out for a lot of the year with a lower body injury. Great to see him still around this club getting to lift that title.
Emerson Clark, one of the toughest customers around. He was on the injured reserve, and one of the hardest working men in lacrosse, Teddy Cordingley, lifting that trophy just right after.
The Great Dane is down on the floor with Ashley.
Dane, look at what you helped create. Bandit Land, 19,000 strong, 3 championship titles in a row. When you were a young pup playing here, could you imagine something like this?
Honestly, no, never. I never thought I'd even win one championship. I knew how hard it took me. I've lost a lot. I didn't even make playoffs for a long time. And now, obviously, winning 3 in a row, there's nothing like it. You got to give credit to Scott Loeffler, JT, and Chugger for building this team. It's not just from me, it's everybody.
I asked you this before, but I'm curious to how you feel now. You've accomplished so much, and I know you're not interested in personal accolades. I know you're chasing titles, but what drives you to continue to chase excellence?
Yeah, you know what? I want to be the best. I want to be the best in the world, and winning championships. All my teammates make me where I am today, and my family members, everybody. Obviously, there's 19,000 fans, so I'm so grateful.
You play your fair share of defense. You get back there. You block some shots. Your defense didn't give up a goal in this game for over 30 minutes. What does that say about Matt Vince and the defense's dedication?
I'm not surprised. Matt Vince could be playing 10 more years. Unfortunately, who knows what the next chapter brings, but defense obviously stepping up, blocking shots. I'm just so grateful for this whole group. It's been amazing. Let's go.
Great all time right here.
Thank you.
And then last question, to steal one of your Instagram quotes, 3 in a row. Is that good, Dane?
I believe that's pretty good. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Question, can they run it back for a 4th year?
How could they not? And I think that's going to be motivation for this group to stay together. Dane said it. We don't know how much longer we have of Matt Vince. We don't know if Paul Dawson is going to sit and block shots 50-plus times. Again, we don't know if Kyle Buchanan, the water bug, has it. But to step aside and sit alone in history and be the only team to do it 4 times, that certainly sounds enticing, doesn't it?
Well, 365 days from now, we could be right back here wrapping up another season in the NLL. For our entire TSN crew, we thank you for staying with us all season long. The Buffalo Bandits, they didn't talk about it much during the year, but when it came to doing and talking the talk and walking the walk, the Buffalo Bandits used a 9-goal run to steal this game and win it 15-8, and becoming just the 2nd team to go back to back to back. Congratulations, Buffalo. You're champions again. For our entire crew, one last time, stay safe and be excellent to each other.